Good morning, my people. Hope everybody's having a happy Monday. Just wanted to come on and talk a little bit more about the Royal Rumble and where the direction of the WWE is going in terms of Wrestlemania 41. Want to talk about some comments that I read online about how people are fussing and crying about Jay. Thought you wanted a new person. Why are you crying about Jay winning the Rumble? Let's start there, because that right there alone, get off me. Because here's my thing. Like, I'm not upset about Jay winning the Rumble. In fact, I'm kind of glad he did over Cena. If I had to pick between the two, I was good with Jay winning. It's not about Jay winning. It's about what are they going to do with it. It's about he's got a title to choose against. He's got a title to choose for WrestleMania, and if he chooses Gunther, who cares? We just saw that last week. How many times have we watched Jay and Gunther win? Like, it's old. Why are you going to do that at WrestleMania? And then it'll be a night one main event. Like, bruh. Like, come on. You won the Royal Rumble. The winner of the Royal Rumble. This is what we've come to. The winner of the Royal Rumble is going to fight on the night one main event. So, you literally just decreased the importance of the Rumble. You lowered the value of the Rumble win. And we're supposed to be like okay with that? Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. Help me understand, somebody. Help me get it, because I don't. And then, so you're going to have the winner of the Elimination Chamber, which is probably going to be John Cena, which again, I'm not a fan of that either. What has he done to deserve that? He's showed up on what? 2 things now since the new year? Since 25, we've seen him twice. And he's going to win the chair. It's like Charlotte Flair showing up last night. I mean, Saturday night winning the Rumble, but that's fine. That's another story. I'll put that over here, because the women's division, in my opinion, is got a lot to work with right now. That actually potentially looks good. We'll see how WWE messes that up. Fantastic creative team we got. We'll see what direction they go with that, because that's a lot going on over in the women's side that looks really good right now. Just saying. We'll see what they do with it. But anyway, back to this other. Like, I mean, you're gonna have the winner of the Royal Rumble be the main event on night one of WrestleMania. And then you're probably going to have John Cena fight Cody Rhodes. I still don't see how that's going to work either. I don't know. I could be off. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do see something else dumb happening. You got the Punk, Seth, and Roman Reigns thing happening. Like maybe a triple threat at WrestleMania. I talked about this in my last video yesterday. Like, if they do this, then I think I I messed up and I said Drew McIntyre. But we'll talk about that later. But like, I don't know if this triple threat, I mean, yeah, on paper it looks great. But honestly, what does it mean? What's the goal there? There's not one. There's no title at hand. What are they fighting for? There's no reason to even have the match. Like, there's no storyline. And you know that's what I'm always going to go back to 100%. They have created no story. We are officially in Mania season, and there are no stories. Not on the men's side of things. Now, you could potentially get something on the women's side. So I'm going to keep going back to that, because I'm super stoked about what could happen there before that creative team completely destroys it. Right? And then I keep hearing rumors about Solo being out of the WWE. I don't know if that's, fake news. Somebody inform me on that if y'all know anything about it. Let me know. But like, the Bloodline storyline was what carried us last year. This time last year, it was all Bloodline, and it was hot. It was popping. It was everywhere. It was trending, and I couldn't turn it off. And this year, there's no talk of the Bloodline. It's dead. They killed it. Bloodline is done. Done. Jay's going for a world title. Roman's locked up with the other two. I mean, everybody's kind of gone their separate ways. There is no bloodline. They completely killed it off for whatever reason. And that was for that to be such a huge thing. To be such a it was such an impact on me watching when I came back, and for it to just be gone now. I mean, it's mind-boggling. I felt like there was a lot more to do there, and I know a lot's happened in the past. And like I said, I've just reached my 1-year anniversary of being back into watching WWE, and I know a lot's happened in years past, but I've caught up on all that, and I feel like there were still stories to be made. For like I said about Jey Uso, Jey Uso goes after Cody's belt and wins. Then you're going to have Roman coming after Jey for the belt. Well, yeah, we've already seen Roman fight Jey. I get it. We've already seen that. We've already been there. But it would be different because this time Jey is the world champion. And I felt like that would be a storyline worth watching, because I feel like that would propel Jey even further. And that's what we've been missing. You know, Jay's a mid-carder. I'm sorry, he is. He's not main event. I don't know where he got that nickname from. I don't know where that came from. That's a curse to him. He should have never had the name main event Jey Uso. That should never been a thing. He is a mid-carder. He's mid-carder Jey Uso. That's who he is. And again, a lot of people say I just consistently trash him. It's not all his fault. It's not. I like Jey Uso. I'm a fan of Jey Uso, but I call a spade a spade. I liked his daddy too. I wasn't going to have him win the Royal Rumble because he was over with the crowd. That's just facts. Too Cool was not winning the Royal Rumble because they were over with the crowd. I mean, it's the same thing. And I know his merchandise sales are great. I get it. And at some point, you got to elevate it. You got to raise him up, and I get that. You got to elevate him. I get it. But not like this. This is awful. Because you got to look at the future here. You got to look at Rumble. The WrestleMania 41 looks like hot garbage right now. I don't care which way you go with it. This looks bad. We just went from first to worst with WrestleManias. Last year's WrestleMania was unbelievable. Again, accident, but it happened, and it was awesome, and it was one of the greatest they'll ever be. And then you go into this year, and you're like, what is happening? It's like you just got punched right there. You took a haymaker. Now you're just kind of and the haymaker was last WrestleMania, and you just kind of been stumbling since, trying to catch yourself. And that's what it feels like. It's because nothing's happened this entire year that's been anything. Every PLE, they let it slow cook, and then nothing really happens. There's really no climax. There's nothing there at the end. It's just kind of like they just let crap fall off into nothing. I'll use the Wyatt 6 as a perfect example. That was a really good deal they had going on at the beginning with all the little videos. You had to figure things out, and then they showed up, and it was mayhem. It was massive. It was chaos. And you're like, what is going on? This is crazy. This is awesome. But I kind of was like, I don't know how this is going to go, because everybody kept calling it cinema, and I'm like, well, it's wrestling, so how's this going to work? I'm a little worried about how this is going to go long term. And sure enough, it kind of went like I thought it was going to, and WWE just completely booted it. You never see Wyatt 6 anymore, ever. They're never on TV. And it would have worked had you kept doing something, had you kept that creative team. Like I said, I keep going back to the creative team with WWE, because it's absolute garbage. It's terrible. It's like they don't know what to do. And there's so much more that could be done that's not getting done. Like, tell good stories, man. You were doing that this time last year. I'm going to go back to the bloodline being a big thing, and I know that was because of The Rock coming in and doing his thing or whatever, but like, you had storylines coming into last year from the previous regime, if you know what I'm saying. Triple H has proven that I can't trust him. I don't know. You know, I just don't know. Not all of Rumble was trash. There were good moments. There were good spots. But I wasn't impressed with the Royal Rumble. I'm not impressed with how WrestleMania is shaping up. I haven't been impressed with any PLE over the last year. They had potential for some good bangers, but nothing for real. I mean, it has moments. It has little bitty good moments. But most of the product that I'm watching today is just not good. And you're not telling good stories. And I just need more. And if you think otherwise, tell me. Right down below. Try to convince me down below. I want somebody to try to convince me down below if you think I'm wrong, or I'm overthinking things, or I'm not thinking clearly on this. Please elaborate me. Because Cody's title run has been absolute hot garbage. Gunther's title run, he has destroyed that belt. I mean, just go ever since Crown Jewel, that belt has been absolute nothing. I mean, it has just been, he has destroyed that belt since Cody beat him at Crown Jewel. It has been nothing. Champions don't fight. They're nowhere to be found. U.S. title, Intercontinental, doesn't matter. If you carry a belt, you are useless. You show up in a tie, or you show up in some kind of suit, and you just talk, or you just disappear completely and nobody knows where you're at. So, down below, please tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you have a different opinion and why. I'd love to have an open conversation about it and try to convince me otherwise, because I feel like I get on here every single day and I start my day off on a negative sense, and I don't like it. So try to convince me otherwise, because the potential's there. It always has been. It's still there. But WWE's creative team just consistently fails and lacks, and they're slackers, and they don't know how to tell stories, and they just give up. And if I was in charge, they'd all be fired. Bring me some stories. Bring me some storylines that are intriguing. Make me want to turn on Raw tomorrow night, or tonight. Make me turn Raw on tonight. Like, make me want to watch. Give me something to pay attention to. The only reason I want to watch tonight is because I want to see if there's a confirmation between what title Jay's going after. That's the only reason I care to watch tonight. I want to see if he comes out and says he's coming after Gunther or he's going after Cody. Now, if I don't see Jay, I know he's going after Cody on Friday. Hey, great. I'll be happy if I don't see Jey Uso tomorrow. Because that means I'm going to be looking for him on Friday going after Cody. Or maybe he comes out tonight and he announces that he's going after Cody. Again, I'm super good with that. I went a little bit longer today than I wanted to. I try to keep it around 10 minutes because I don't want to lose you guys, but I hope you watched all the way through. If you're still with me and you haven't subscribed yet, drop a bow on the subscribe button. Y'all have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you in the morning. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.